Let me talk about naongea juju. Kuna kitu moja nimeona hii Kenya. And it doesn't matter which course you did in high school, in university. It also doesn't respect the kind of grade you got in your KCSE. I don't know whether we are conditioned around it. It's a pitfall I have seen all of us getting into. When we get our first job, when we get to the next position, it is the pitfall of leveraging, the pitfall of loans. I don't know where it came from. If I say, anyone akona loan pahali, sitaki kuwaibisha, but I know almost all of us in this room has one form of a loan or the other. Either in a SACCO, or in a bank, or in a SIROC, or in all. I've not even talked about Fuliza. And by the way you are laughing, I think all of you are there. It is a pitfall. You know, many times when I'm conversing with people, I want to confirm whether what I'm thinking is right. And in most of the conversations I have with people, including my colleagues in parliament, once you get into parliament, the orientation you get, take a mortgage. I don't know of how much, because you are told there is a law. Second one, we are given something called a car mortgage. Also take. When you get your first job in the county, the first thing you want to do, take a loan to buy a Subaru. Take a loan to start buying the many things I talk about, especially land. Now, hii kitu tulitoa wapi kama wa Kenya? That you don't feel like you have gotten employed until you have taken a loan. And you know, once you are employed in the county or the national government or even in the private sector, it's not you who looks for the banks. It is the banks who look for you. Where are they looking for you? Why? Kwa nini bank ati ukipata tu job? I am even surprised today one of our sponsors is not a bank. Oh, there is one sponsor who is a bank. No, this is an investment bank. There's a difference. But I know maybe they're in the background. Please allow me to address this issue. Because I think we need a change of mind also in that area. That every new entrant in the job sector in Kenya, your first 3 months, you are filling loan forms. Whether you are a doctor, a teacher, an MP, a minister, even ministers in Kenya, once you get your job, you are told stories. Mortgage, I don't know, car loan. And I'm not talking because I'm an outsider, or I'm not talking to you because I am better off. We come to this kind of a function to share ideas. And I can guarantee you, other than help, me, I've never taken a loan. Other than higher education loans board. And because we are sharing opinions, it's not that I know everything. We are just sharing. What are the kind of loans we take when we get employed? You people, you are looking at me, county government. Hapa, nyinyi naona nyinyi wote mko na loan. Mosiri ya kwanza, sasa kazi imeisha uko na loan. Lakini the beauty, you got another one, maybe a better one. Why is it this thing that every Kenyan in every way, whether you work for Kenya, KAA, whether you work for parliament, whether you work for county government of Nairobi, whether you work anywhere, how comes you all have loans? And what are these kind of loans? The first loan we get is a car loan. Umepata job, watu watajuaje uko na kazi. So you fill up form, you get a car loan. Do we sit down? You know, many times when I'm having these kind of conversations, we go to school. Me, I went to Kiabugi Secondary. KU. Did my master's. All of you here, you are learned than myself. Doctors. Me, I'm not a doctor. I am a master. You are all doctors. that you can go to the University of Nairobi, study, become a dentist, a doctor. So you think about other people's oral health. You are very good at taking 5-6 years to think about other people's oral health. But we rarely take any moment to think about our finances. That the source of our information on finances is when we meet in a group like this. You are ladies, you have met for chama. That is your number one source of investment information. And then you don't filter. Whatever you get, Waboisi alisema kulima nyanya ni kitu mzuri sana. Immediately you are doing it. So we meet, the first thing we do, take a loan for a car. But we never sit down to analyze. This loan I'm taking, loan of 2.5 million shillings to buy a car. Number one, how many times will I be using this car? Number two, I am already taking a loan, 2.5 million. Tufanye hesabu na nyinyi. So unajua unaona tu top line. Ile umerisiwa na bank, 2.5 million. Loan ya how much? Ya 5 years. At what percent? You are given kizungu, reducing balance, blah, 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 at 18%. Can you do 18% of your 2.5 million in 5 years? The 2.5 million, the interest alone will be, the interest rates na zile tu charges unalipishwa hapo, sijui tunafanya search ya gari, tu vitu tu hapo. Ukiongeza the 2.5 million ile imelipwa mwenye gari, and you add the interest rate and the other charges, your car is no longer worth 2.5 million. You bought a car of 4 million shillings. What are the alternatives? Yes, I'm not saying you don't buy a car, but I'm just saying the same way you engaged your mind, you became a doctor in the University of Nairobi, you must start taking some time to think about what you are doing with your money. And there is no one around here to think for you on that. You have to also think. I'm repeating many times. Maybe you may think, Bona na repeat. Because I know we never sit down to analyze about the options on how we are spending our money. We spend our money based on one, pressure ya society. I'm a doctor, PJ. Nikienda Christmas pale kwetu Gaitheri, people need to see I'm driving. By the way, do you know most of the decisions of money we make is based on how people see us? So you go to Gaitheri. Hata ukifanya hiyo hesabu vizuri PJ, even if you needed to really satisfy that, isn't it even cheaper to hire a car over Christmas and then wait for a little bit, other than buy a car for 4 million, including the one that you are not seeing, called interest rate? Can't you be a little patient? If you must go over Easter and Christmas driving a car, isn't it even cheaper to hire around that time?